Hi, this is Jitesh Balan. Welcome all to my Azure Data Factory training session. So, this session will talk about how we can create static values, provide static values in lookup activity, and pass the result into for each activity and loop through each result. And for each result, we can call another activity. And uh, in that activity, I'll be using execute pipeline where we can execute already created pipeline. So to understand the complete scenario or the program, you should have understanding of basic understanding of Azure Data Factory, Azure Cloud Storage, different cloud storage, blob storage, or uh, Gen uh, storage Gen 1, Gen 2, etc. And also Azure SQL DB. So one scenario I can think of, there may be a lot of scenarios, but one scenario I can think of right now is if you want to store historic data based on date or year, um, you don't need to create separate package or pipeline for each year, or you don't need to create separate job to execute for different year, or you don't need to run manually to move the data from source system to target system or load the data, right? So you can use this list of records that you need to complete the pipeline and pass it to the execute pipeline. So let's look at how we can implement this. Let me go to the code. Yeah, so this is the pipeline I created um, to have the static values and pass to for each loop, and inside for each loop I'm calling another pipeline. So let me show you what exactly I'm calling inside this for each activity, right? So that pipeline, that is pip src row, this pipeline, I have explained what I'm doing inside this pipeline into my previous session. So whoever missed the previous session, I'm giving that YouTube link inside the description. You can go and check. So for I'm giving the high level idea what this pipeline is doing. This pipeline pick the data from source system. Here the source system is blob storage. Then pull the file based on the year and load it into Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So to get some idea about what it is doing, so this is the target system where pipeline is going to copy the file. This is inside generation 2. Inside that I have created the file system, lab file system, and you can see that it's a row, taxi, and legal business. So once the package execute, the files will be generated and stored here. Okay, so let's go back to our pipeline. Okay, so let me go to the right pipeline now. So this pipeline, we have two activities, that is lookup values and for each activity, right? So first look at the lookup values. So in this property set, you can see the source data set I have configured as app configuration, that is a link service which is connected to the actual database, right? And we have use query, we have table query or store procedure. So in previous session I showed how we can use store procedure, execute the procedure, and retrieve the result. But here, as we know that we are going to execute the static values, I directly given the queries. So let me go to the data studio. So this is the uh, static query that I given inside that. This will give you um, year from 2002 to 2006, 6. Okay. Now, okay. Now, next activity is for each. What you can do is it will be there under iteration and conditional session under activities. So here you can see for each. Just select that and drag and drop. Okay. So I have this for each already, so I'm not using. I'm just showing how you can pick it up and from where. Delete this. Click on the for each activity and go to general. This is the name of the for each activity. And on the settings, here this is the important portion where we need to collect all the values coming in from the lookup activities, right? So this is dynamically generated. How we can generate? If you go down and look at the activity output, so you have lookup values, right? Then click on that lookup values, and we need to pick all the values coming in from that activity. Okay, cancel it. Now the third option is activities. So here where we are calling the actual activities. So to add more activities, you can edit this activity and add the execute pipeline. How you can add execute pipeline? It is there under general category of activities. Same as just select and drag and drop here. Okay. So execute pipeline is used to call any other child pipelines. So if you have the pipeline already created, uh, you can call those pipeline inside this execute pipeline. So as usual, I given the name pip underscore call underscore child and go to the settings. In the settings, you can see one drop box, right? In this drop box, you can find out which pipeline you can call it from here. So as I said, I created pip underscore src underscore row. So I'm just selecting that. And this pipeline accepts two parameters. One is feed and the year. Feed, feed also you can automate it. If you have multiple feeds, you can have dynamic content and get the result value from the previous activity. But here for this demo, I have only one feed, so I'm not going to dynamically assign the values. But the year, yes, we need to dynamically assign. From where you'll get the value? We'll get the year value from the for each loop where this execute pipeline is executing, right? So click here and so for each loop, if you want to get the values, you need to always use at item, open bracket, close bracket, then dot, the actual field name. Okay. Here the field name is year to run. Then click on finish. Now you all set. So you have one pipeline where we have two activities, lookup activity and for each activity. Inside for each activities, we have one activity that will pick the data from the source system based on the um, year and the feed ID provided. It will pick the data from a value from the parameter table and pass to this copy data, which I explained in my previous session, and load to target system, right? So let's execute this and see what's going to happen. It's running. You can refresh here and see what's happening. So the first lookup activity succeeded. You can see what are the value it is going. So you can see everything is coming in a JSON format. We have values from 2002 to 2006, which is passed to the next activity, right? Click refresh. If you want to see what's happening on the for each side, um, or the actual child package, you can click here. That will open up another window where it will give you the link to that actual pipeline. Just click on that. So here you can see what's happening to that pipeline. The first run is already completed. That's why it is showing in green color, correct? But the complete pipeline run is not yet finished. It's keep on running. It will run till it complete all the values from 2002 to 2006, right? Let's go to the data storage. Let's refresh. Okay, so it's already reached 2004. Another two more to go. Okay, let's go to here. See here, you can see the pipeline on the right side. You can see on the small circle, dark circle, right? So it means the pipeline is executing. It's not completed. Still going on. So if you want to understand what's the parameter it is going in, you can go and check, right? So here you can see the feed ID is 1 because it's hard coded, and the year is 2002. So same way, every run you can find out the parameters which is going in, and the parameters values which is coming out. So coming out you can find out from here, but here in this case you don't have the parameter, but the um, the pipeline, right? So if you click on this, okay, so everything is completed. Now let's refresh. Yep. So all the files that we given in the list from 2002 to 2006 all came inside the target file system. So that's it for this session. Hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions, you can comment below, and I can provide you the detailed answers. If you like this video, please subscribe and like. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again in next session with different features of Azure Data Factory. Thank you.